Hi, welcome to MediatorPodcast.com, a podcast and video series about mediation, negotiation, and collaboration. My name is Melissa Gragg, and I'm a valuation expert and financial mediator in St. Louis, Missouri. Today, we're going to talk about mediation with Joseph Panetta from Immediation. It's a holistic legal dispute resolution platform that kind of puts a lot of things together, processes, apps, into one interface. And today we're actually going to talk about the rapid rise of mediation and how we create an efficient dispute resolution system. And welcome. How are you?
It's so great to be here, Melissa. Thanks for having me.
There's a lot of other indicators of like that mediation is gaining a foothold. Maybe you can tell us a little bit more because again, I think this is a very exciting space for all financial people, not just valuators, but anybody with finance in their background or law in their background, right?
100%. And I think, what we're talking about now is the relationship that people have when they go into a dispute, particularly a corporate dispute or a personal dispute, one where there's, whether it's a low value or high value is immaterial. It's about the relationship. And now it has hit a dispute moment. The issue with arbitration, much like court, is that it sets up an adversarial process. Mediation by its very nature is a collaborative process. And so I think that differentiator right there, it's an assisted collaborative process, but that makes it a very different approach from arbitration. And, from when you consider some of the other indicators that are pushing mediation forward, there's the Singapore Convention, which is for mediation what the New York Convention was for arbitration, which you mentioned earlier. The New York Convention, I believe, was signed in 1950, and it was ratified by countries all over the world, and it ensured enforcement of arbitral awards. Well, the Singapore Convention does the same thing for mediated settlements. And there are now more than 55 countries that have signed the Singapore Convention, the latest of which was the UK. And what that means is if you have a settlement agreement between two companies that one might be in, Egypt and the other one might be in France, but your agreement can be enforced in the UK, it can be enforced in Singapore, it can be enforced in any of the 55 countries that have signed that agreement. And what it does, I think, for the listeners, your listeners, specifically this audience, is that it gives them peace of mind that the negotiated settlement that they've helped to arrive to will be upheld in all of these jurisdictions.